Just the three of us, all intimate tonight. Right, let me just find my notes.
Love you, Bo.
Thank you.
Oh, don't shock me.
Um, mm, Right, hello. So, welcome to Permission Granted. I am super nervous.
Don't be. You got Chelsea and me right here.
I know, right?
It's just
Love you guys. Yeah, wow. My first like group Zoom that I'm leading. So, right now we have this beautiful planetary alignment. I believe it's 6 planets that are currently lined up, and it's going to be 7 as of the 25th. And when this happens, it creates this shift where basically when the planets align, it's time for you to align. And so it's just the perfect time, like literally chef's kiss, to start some manifesting. And our typical reaction to this is to get caught up in like all the chaos that's swirling around us. Um, and instead, like we get to play with this energy, we get to tap into it and ground it through us and into our desires. So, oops. Why won't you let me have? Oh, there we go. So to start out, I wanted us to get really clear on what it is that we're going to be creating in this space. And so to do that, we're going to push out these manifestations to take the timeline off the table, to take the pressure away from time. And so I want you to imagine with all of these questions, what would your life look like? What could it look like 10 years from now? Not because it's going to take that long, but to take the pressure off of the time. And so if you could have any financial goal 10 years from now, what would it be?
Do you want it in the chat? Do you want to say it out loud? Do you want us to just write it down?
It is an excellent question.
Just checking. I got my pages ready for you. Posting notes. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, if you want to say it out loud, if you want to say it in the chat, whatever you want to do, it's your space.
I want to be consistently in the 7-figure.
Yeah. If you could pick like any number for that 7-figure, what would it be?
Boy, make it everything 5s. How's that?
Love it. It's consistent.
Yep.
Yeah. So everything 5s.
So 55.
And I want you.
High five, high five, five, high five.
Yes, from our messages the other day. Yeah, perfect. And so I want you to ask yourself, what would that money mean for me? Like when you have all those 5s or all those millions or whatever number, for those of you who are catching the recording, whatever that number is, that magical number, what do you think it's going to grant you?
Okay, for
What
me,
feeling, what feeling will you have
okay, for
when you
me,
have that magic number?
okay, for me, if I talk out loud, because Chelsea is still gone and we're the only 3 here, so I figured I'll talk besides you.
Go for it.
Is For me, it would be meaning and feeling good, obviously, because I'm going to be able to help people that are financially not stable. And let's say, for example, you look at what's going on in Southern California right now, right? And I know there's a lot of rich people, but there's also people that worked really, 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 really hard, and they weren't in the Hollywood industry, and they had the houses there. And with not having insurances or whatnot, and they have families to provide them with some sort of funds so they could start over. Right? So that's what I mean by helping people in need. Because they need it, absolutely need it. I also would go for animals, right? I would help all the freaking animals that are out there in those kill shelters, and I will buy some land and I would hire some people and give them jobs to take care of them, and find them good homes. Those are the things that I would look forward to with the money.
And knowing that you could help all of those hard workers and all of those animals, what feeling would that create for you?
Absolute, like, I don't even know how to describe it. I see like a big old star shining out from the inside of my chest. If you put it, visualize it. I don't know how to describe that feeling. It's hard to describe feelings, but it would be absolute bliss to help all these people who need, because they
Mm.
can't help themselves.
So like blissful and like expansive,
I don't know if expansive is the word. How would you describe it when you feel like there is this
like overjoyed.
like the sun is shining out of your chest? That's how I look at it.
All right. And so when you have all these fives of millions and whatever magical number for you watching the replay, um, what life would you choose for yourself? Where would you want to live? And like, what does that house look like?
That
Is
one
it
is
just one property? Do you want multiple properties? Is there any like special fancy car that you want to drive? Or in Chelsea's case, probably some souped up truck. And
um
so, like, what are you driving? Where are you living?
so if I talked from my end again, it would be the same house that I'm in right now. It would be just absolutely fixed because I bought a fixer-upper and it needs a lot of fixing. It needs a new roof, it needs new flooring, it needs like a lot of stuff. So that would be something that I would do. Uh, in regards to a new car, which I actually do need at some point, I will probably also go for a soup up truck. I don't know if I would have other properties. I never thought about that because this is where I live right now is my forever home. It's beautiful, as you know, and Chelsea knows. I live in the canyon. I have everything right here. Um, I don't think I would want another home, in all honesty. But that's again, I'm speaking for myself.
Hmm. And so, for all of you who choose to stay where you're at, or even if you do get another home, if you don't choose to have other properties, which I know some of you do want other properties, where would you travel? Like,
You,
once you have that magical number and like those limitless possibilities that come with it, where would you go? What experiences would you want to have?
I will go everywhere I haven't been. I want to go to Asia. I want to see China. I want to see Thailand. I want to see Vietnam. I want to see Japan. I want to see more of Germany and more of Europe. Um, And I'm not even envisioning like fancy hotels or anything like that. I wouldn't mind a first or business class going to Europe rather than sitting in freaking coach for 15 hours. I might
You
splurge on
have millions of the fives. Give yourself first class.
that. Because I would probably, knowing me, I would still be living frugal and save money wherever I can and not, but that there I would probably splurge.
Yeah. Um, love that. When I was in Florida, I absolutely put in the the dreaming board private jet. I am saving my projector energy from all of the people on the planes.
I like that. I don't know if I want a private jet though.
You can share mine, it's fine.
You can come and pick me up and we'll travel together. How's that?
And so I want you to close your eyes
Oh,
and
okay.
imagine that you are opening up your bank app on your phone and you are seeing that number flash across your screen. And you can say this in your mind, or you can say this out loud in your house. I want you to talk to your money and tell it that I am so excited for us to grow together. I am so excited for the version of me that has this available to me right now. And I want you to really tap into the energy of what this money means for you and really just allow that to move into your body. And maybe take a couple deep breaths here because this is expansive. This is something that's out of your typical comfort zone. And so we are teaching our body here that it is our new normal. And when you feel complete, you can open your eyes.
I know it's dark here.
So once you have all of these listed out, I want you to then write all of the things, even the things that seem silly, extravagant, like anything that's could be considered irresponsible, or anything that you think people might like look at you for and be like, oh, who does she think she is? Like, yes, all of those things. You're gonna write all of them out because in this space, there is nothing bad, there is nothing wrong, there is no right. It is just what your heart desires, what your soul has been craving. And you would not even have these things available to you unless you're meant to have them. And so, in this space where there's nothing weird and there's no judgment, and those things that you want are celebrated, dream big. And that might look different for everybody. It might not be the person who wants the big house or the fancy car. It might be somebody who wants to be able to just have more freedom. Maybe they just want something where they can pick up and leave at the drop of a hat. Um, maybe it means more freedom for their kids. Like, what would you be able to supply for others as well when you are living in your most empowered and most abundant version of yourself. Like, imagine how that would just ripple out to everyone else in your life, and how absolutely magnetic you will be for yourself, for your clients, for the people that you're here like doing this for your families. Absolutely magnetic and completely unstoppable. And with that, when you get to the end of your list, I want you to crunch the numbers. I want you to figure out exactly what this new life is going to cost you. And I know that this might feel really uncomfortable for some people, but some version of you is going to be living this way, is going to have this amount of money. And so this will not be uncomfortable for the next level version of you who has these things. And the version of you who has this magic number has already worked through all of those energies, all of the things that come up when we are, like I mentioned in the Telegram chat, when you're drawing back that arrow, you need that resistance. That is what helps you to aim and shoot at exactly what it is that you want. So things may come up over the next 5 days, and that's normal because it's everything your body is ready to release and like let go of, so you can allow yourself to align with what it is that you want. And if you have any uncomfortable things come up that you need some assistance on, by all means, put them in the chat, write it out, voice note it, whatever works for you. And I'm happy to assist you in Telegram. And so, like, really getting into, like, again, if nothing was bad or wrong, and nobody would be upset with you for having it, really getting clear on like exactly what it is that you would want. If you knew that you didn't have to work any harder for it, and it could even possibly be easier, what would you want? And if you were to grant yourself full permission to have it, to have everything, and nobody would judge you, including yourself, what would you allow yourself to receive? And especially, like, what are those desires that are buried deep down that you have not admitted to anybody and have barely even let yourself acknowledge? Those things, write them down. There's a reason you want them. And with this, to bring it on a smaller scale, what are those little things that, like, you're laying in bed at the end of the night and you have those thoughts of like, oh wow, like I really wanted to do that today. Okay, like I'll just do it tomorrow. Like, what are those little things that like light your soul on fire, that you're like, oh my God, I really like, I would just love to do this. Or like maybe it's like in the back of your mind for the past month, you've been like, I really need a massage. Like, or even like a special like type of coffee or something that like really brings you joy. Like whatever that is for you, like that little thing that in the back of your mind, like when you lay down, that quiet voice that's saying like, oh, I really wanted this. Those are the desires that I want you to really latch onto this week, because those are the things that your body and soul are calling for in order to have, like, those create next steps. Those could lead to new opportunities. Those could open you up in so many ways that you won't even realize until you do the thing. And like when you have those things happen, please share them, because I love hearing all those like good little nuggets. You may also start picking up on like what are considered angel numbers and synchronicities of like maybe you'll hear something that resonates after watching this video, or maybe you'll see like um a list of like three of the same number, like 555, 777, 888, and then you can be like, Julie, what the fuck does this mean? And I will tell you. But like pay attention to those little things because it's literally like a checkpoint of like, hey, you're on track. And so I want you to even like to show you how this manifestation works. I want you to think of something that doesn't really mean anything to you, something that's like something you don't see every day, something you don't think of often. Like just ask yourself, what is something super random that I will see over the next 72 hours to prove to myself that this works? And this isn't something that you care about. This isn't something that you're going to put on a pedestal. This is just something completely random. You can ask yourself in your mind and see what pops up. For me, it's usually some sort of animal. And I'll think I'm going to see it outside, and I don't. I usually see it in a picture, but like just be open to how that comes through, but like set it and forget it. You can write it down of like, I'm going to see this over the next 72 hours, something that you're really not going to care about, and then let it go. All right, how are we doing?
Figured since Chelsea is on, she can start talking too.
Well, she put it in the chat.
All right, just saying.
Yeah, she
Because
said it was insane to me how many of those started popping up when we started working together, and that's all those like those things we call synchronicities. And it really is like, and the practice we're about to do is going to allow for things to shift like so rapidly, even from this practice alone, let alone all the questions that you're digging into. And again, like this planetary alignment is like prime time to really dive into like all of those things. Um, and a really simple and easy tip to help you through like when you're working through this, if you have those like stories or beliefs pop up, um, is like when you get those thoughts, you don't have to identify with them, and there will be thoughts that come up that are challenging, like where you're trying to go. And so, quite simply, state, I neutralize, cancel, and clear this thought, this belief, whatever it is that comes up, and then like move on with your day. Don't let it eat away at you. Just like neutralize, cancel, clear, done, move on. All right. So, dream constellations. Um, so these are a really fun practice that like really sets your like inner child on fire. Um, and so our inner child is like that part of us that maybe didn't get to experience all like the beauty and joy that we wanted to. I know a lot of the people I work with, um, they took on a lot of responsibilities as a kid. Sometimes it's like people pleasing or feeling like they have to really like meet other people's needs, or they feel like the whole world is like on their shoulders and like they're the only one that they can rely on, and they just feel like completely alone. And so this is a really fun way to access your inner child in order to like help them find joy in what we're creating and invite them into this process so they don't fight us on it. um, and so we have papers. I saw Garian has her post-it notes. I just ripped up a bunch. And so you're just gonna take a piece of paper, and just like play a game of like first comes to mind. And so a bit about this is when we are operating with like 57 tabs open in our brain, right? Like all those thoughts that pile up throughout our day. Um, like our brain is our computer. And so when you have like 57 tabs open at one time, like on your phone, on your computer, it's gonna slow things down. And so this is our way to take those open tabs, place them down in front of us, and like clear out all that stuck in stagnant energy going on between our ears. And so first comes to mind free flow, just whatever pops in. It can be a word, it can be a song, it can be an animal. Like, don't overthink it, just let the thoughts come out. As soon as they pop up, write it down and move on to the next. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. We are not judging what comes up, and we're not analyzing what comes up. You're just gonna write whatever comes up, pops in your brain, put it on the paper, move to the next.
Question.
Yes.
Are these like dreams or like what are we writing on the papers?
So it can be dreams, it can be like things you've been stuck on. It literally just give your brain permission to dump it all out. Like anything that pops up into your mind in this space, like setting the intention of like, all right, I'm just gonna let my brain have a total dump. Like just put it all out on the paper, get it out of your head. And then after we're gonna shift it. So this is only step one. So like whatever pops up, it can be like an amount of money, it can be a dream, it can be clients, it can be whatever your brain comes up with, like things that have been on your mind, just like write it down on a piece of paper, move on to the next without like really getting into like the why, just letting it be.
So you're not asking
So
questions and for us to pop something in. You're just talking
hmm,
about, you're not gonna ask us a question and for us with that question to write something down. For us, it's just to write something down right now.
just a total like permission to your brain to like all those 50, like when you go to sit down and meditate, right? Or if you don't, sometimes this is what happens and why people think it's hard to meditate. When you sit down and get quiet with your mind, um a lot of people with the experiences they have, like all these thoughts start rambling through their brain, right? And it's all those things that have been trying to get your attention all day. And so with this practice, we're letting that free flow so that like any random thoughts that have been trying to get our attention, it's like those 57 tabs that have been open in our brain that we didn't even realize were still like sitting there waiting, totally just like dumping it out, writing it down on a piece of paper. So like one word, a couple words, a song, it doesn't have to make sense to you right now, and it might not. And maybe a few days from now, you'll be like, oh, now it makes sense.
And I'm totally brain like
So if you were to just like sit and give yourself permission, like give your mind permission to just like let words come up, even if they don't make sense to you.
I'll try it, but right now
Okay.
it's great.
So like so like an automatic writing. So we're just anything that comes up, you're just gonna write it down. So we're not thinking for anything, we're just letting the thoughts come.
And I'm the same way, and I honestly just started my first 3 are just my to-do list. Because I was like, I just need to think about something to think about.
I know, but my to-do list is on my refrigerator. I have a running tally. I am like the person that doesn't have tabs open, even at work. Like it's a big pet peeve of mine. I have literally just opened what I need, even when I'm working. So this is really hard for me because I do a brain dump of the things that I need to do and I have them somewhere at all times. And as stuff comes up, I add to it. And once stuff is done, I subtract from it. So I mean, I can just go and dump what I have on my refrigerator right now, but I'm having a really hard time with this. I'm sorry. I don't want to be difficult.
You don't have to be sorry, no, but like Is it that it's hard for you, or is it something that's natural for you that you're just overthinking in the moment
I
because it's
think
something that
I'm
you already
overthinking.
do?
I think I'm overthinking it because this is something that I already do. When shit
Yeah,
comes to my mind, I put it somewhere. Even
and
when I
that's
wake up
amazing.
in the middle of the night, when I wake up in the middle of the night and I remember something that I cannot forget, I will talk to Siri and put it on my phone and then I put it somewhere the
Mhm.
next day. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And so with this practice, when you just, even if you do start like with Chelsea, if you start with that to-do list,
Mm-hmm.
just start writing random things, then like other random things are going to start to come through. Like,
Okay.
and typically those things are those underlying things that you don't even know are like running in the background.
Okay.
And so like anything you maybe were avoiding, anything you wanted, anything you needed that like maybe went unnoticed, like so just free flow, just start writing down anything. You can start with your dog's names. Um, literally anything just to get that flow going. And then we're gonna see what comes up. And don't mind the soothing ambiance of my dishwasher in the background.
Can't even hear it.
Oh, great. Do you feel complete?
Yeah, I'm just writing, I mean, all the things that I already have. There's a couple extra things, but they've been in my
That's
brain.
okay. It's okay if the things that you have written down,
So
because the next step is something you haven't done.
you think
Mhm.
you don't
Oh, I
know.
know. Um, So you can write as many as you want. So like I told people 15 to 20. I just probably did at least 20 in the few minutes we were sitting here, but I'm also used to doing this. So until you feel complete, or when you feel like you can always come back to this too. Like if you do this and you love the practice and you want to do it again, like the recording will be available as soon as I figure out how to load it into YouTube. And so this is something that if it really shifts things for you, which it will, then you can come back to this at any point and like do it again and again. All right, so let me know what if I could speak. Let me know when you guys feel complete. All right. Okay. So, um, next what we're gonna do is like lay out those pieces of paper in front of you. They don't have to be organized. Like you can literally just slap them down so they're not on top of each other. So you can get a look at all the things. Um, and what I love about this is like I always get some things that are completely random, make absolutely no sense to me, and I have no idea why they're there. Like one of the first few I wrote was cowabunga. Why? That's never anything I say, and it just popped up. So I wrote it down. It doesn't have to mean anything to you right now. Maybe a few days from now, I'll hear somebody say it, and I'm like, ah, hey, synchronicity. Or maybe not. And maybe it's just something I have to start saying. I don't know. But you don't have to know. And a lot of what I got was um, like getting clear on my version of like my next level of self. And I know I'll talk to Chelsea about this, is like I am honoring my body as if I was like an old world goddess. Like the version of me like with my body would have been absolutely worshipped. Like feather fans like breezing on me and like being hand fed like all this fruit. And so a lot of it came up as like bananas, kiwis, strawberries to like remind me, hey, this is what's going to get you there. This is what's going to help you. Like this one small step is going to make like big moves for you, is to just simply eat the fruit. Um, and so once you have them all laid out in front of you, I want you to just like play around and see what you think might want to be near another piece of paper. And I know this is probably going to sound really fucking weird, but there's nothing weird here. We're just allowing whatever wants to move. And so, like for me, I can take the strawberries, the kiwi, and the bananas, for example, and I can stack those together because why not put the fruit with the fruit? And so you're kind of like organizing these tabs. You can put them next to each other, you can stack them on top of each other, whatever feels right for you, just go with it. Just trust it. We're really learning to like trust in like what we want by doing this silly little practice. And while you're doing this, maybe there's something that pops up that you don't want. Maybe there's something you see that like you really don't want to even be on your mind. And so if you see that, you can even like circle it and put a line through it to like kind of cancel that out. Like that's not something you want to focus your attention and energy on. You just want to like let it go, get it out of your mind, just cancel it out. Hmm. And then just give me a thumbs up or let me know in the chat when you guys feel complete with this. Hmm. Yeah, manifesting generators are best. Okay. And so now for the messy part, which is my favorite. So, and I put in the Telegram chat for us to bring like colored pencils, markers, paint, like whatever it is you had on hand that you want to like really get creative with. And so this is where that comes in. And so again, just like whatever pops into your mind intuitively, like just tapping into like your knowing, just have fun with this. Just put the colors where you want to. I'm playing with a bunch of herbs because why not? It's more messy that way, and I love that. Um, More chaos, more fun. Uh, and so just whatever colors you want, whatever colors you feel like would go with whatever you've written down, like really just play with this. Don't overanalyze, don't overthink it. Just like allow yourself to like freely color, paint, draw, whatever it is you want to do. Maybe you want to put um like little drawings on the papers. Maybe you just want to like circle it with a color, like whatever you want to do here, just free flow. So I'm using a third eye chakra oil on all the things to help me with like knowing why they popped up. Honey on the things that I want to really like sweeten. It is Sun's Eye third eye chakra oil. So you can think of like what colors for you would mean like magnetism or amplification, like what things would like really magnetize those desires. What color would that be for you? And if there's anything in there that popped up that maybe is like a fear of yours, what color does that fear feel like? What color are you drawn to maybe like cancel out that fear? Just really letting yourself get really like playful with this. And again, if you're like really thinking and can't really shut your brain off than if you were a kid. What would you do? How would you paint? What would you draw? What herbs would you want to use? Like just really letting yourself have fun with this. And this is like a really easy and simple and fun way to like really shift your energy to get clear on like what things you really want to like magnetize, what things you want to like pour energy into, what things you don't want to put any energy into. It's absolutely the kid who played around and made like potions with mud and sticks and things. So this feels really natural for me. Um, and yeah, like this can be very challenging. That's totally like a normal thing because we are so um like programmed to go with like the everyday hustle and bustle of the world and like get wrapped up in all of the chaos and all of the things that like we forget to invite play. We forget to have fun. Um, and like that is such a vital thing. Like I am a absolute firm believer that like more pleasure, more play equals more income, more abundance. You're really getting back to your roots of who you were before the world got its grips in you or took a chunk out of you, depending on what life you've been living. Um, and so with this, and this might just be something that doesn't really resonate with what you did as a kid. So like, what did you enjoy as a kid? What did you love? Were you somebody who rode like a bicycle? Were you somebody who liked to go horseback riding? Like, what did you really love when you were a kid? Did you like painting? Did you think you were one of those kids who was going to be like the greatest artist ever? Did you love to sing or dance? Like, what are those things that you really enjoyed as a kid? And like, those are the things that are really going to help you to like align with where you want to be. Because that was before you were told it was wrong, before you were told it was something that like you weren't supposed to do, or something that maybe like um that like good girls don't do, or maybe you had to wear dresses and you couldn't climb that tree. Like before the world told you who to be, you loved and thrived playing, whatever that looks like for you. And so this is one way to access that I love because again, it's messy. But you can do this in a multitude of ways. Like really just like ask yourself, like, what did I really love as a kid? What did I really enjoy doing? And then like find a way to incorporate that into your day over the next 5 days. And so with that feeling of it being challenging, right? Um, where is that sitting in your body? How is that landing for you? Your head, okay. And so what does that feel like for you? Is it a pressure? Is it a pain? Like, if you could describe that to me. Stuck? Okay. Where does it feel stuck?
Okay, so if I have to explain it, it's like sitting in my head,
Mhm.
and when I have to think about it, I overcomplicate it, and then everything is just kind of blocked.
Okay. And so if you were to break it down to me,
Hmm.
um, as if this stuckness was an object or maybe even like a fluid thing, like, could you imagine that for me?
What came to my mind was a big brick.
A big brick? Okay, yeah. Um, and so like I want you to close your eyes and just like picture that brick.
Okay.
And I want you to ask that brick, how are you serving me? What is your purpose? What are you trying to protect me from?
Brick is not answering. It's just sitting there. Sorry.
It's okay, you don't have to apologize. It's probably been there for a really long time. And so when you think about a brick, what comes to mind?
Big gray brick that's just sitting there. One of those ones
Okay,
that hollow inside where you can put dirt in and plant. That's the thing that's sitting there. That's what I envision. And it's not saying
right?
anything. It's just sitting there.
Yeah. And so does that feel like heavy for you?
Um, Not heavy, but I feel I can't remove it. Does that make
Okay.
sense? I always felt like I'm overcomplicating. Uh, like I don't see the forest because I'm like with my head in the freaking trees or bushes or whatnot, and I can't get out of it to see the bigger picture because there's always something in my way.
Mhm. So in the past, when you have been able to see the bigger picture,
I don't know if I ever have.
no?
I don't know, maybe when I was a kid, but as soon as, adulthood came or even teenage years, it was brick. It's almost like um and I still have that till this day. If somebody asks me a question to test me, and even though I know the answer, the brick is right there and all I see is the brick and I can't say the answer any longer. Does that make sense? Like
Mhm.
when you take a test and you know everything on the freaking test and you know the subject, let it be math or whatnot, and then now you have to do the test, and because people have that fear of testing, your brain is just shuts down.
Mhm.
That's how it feels if I have to put it into words.
Is there a part of you that's afraid that if you like let yourself dream bigger and really like map it out and get a clear picture, that you won't actually be able to get it?
I think I have the fear to even go that far. If
Even-
does that make sense? It's just
It would have if I heard it, but then my dishwasher amped up. So could you say that one more time, please?
I says I don't think I've ever even gone that far. I don't step out that far. I am comfortable with that number, but that number doesn't have no meaning for me because it's just a freaking number. And as you already know, because you and I work together, is I am not really money motivated. I am motivated in different ways, like helping people and doing these things. The money is not for me, it's for others. And I don't know if all that makes sense. Like, I want to go back to that brick because now it's bugging me that there's a freaking brick and I can't get rid of it. Why is that brick there and why is it not talking back to me and why can't get rid of it to actually have the answers to the things that people are asking? Why is the brick blocking? And I need to
The
go
brick
deep.
is blocking because it's trying to protect you from something.
What?
Because some version of you, instead of big picture thinking, started to like pile it on until it became this solid brick of things that like you didn't have to think about.
Okay.
And so I want you to, again, close your eyes and take a deep breath. And I want you to just like reach your hand over your head and give yourself full permission granted, to remove the brick. And because it's your brick and you put it there, you can do whatever the hell you want to with that brick. It's your brick.
I'm
And
gonna
you don't
move it.
have to hold on to it.
I'm gonna move it and put some flowers into it.
Is it gone?
It's shrinking.
Shrinking? Okay. So I want you to sit with that until it's gone. And just like let yourself breathe. And Chelsea, I'd imagine you're done with the play part of this.
I'm having the best time ever over here. Like this is like, listen, scrapbooking and I as a kid, like this is where my brain just shuts off and just enjoys this process. Writing all the things down
Yes.
made zero sense. And now I'm like, this is amazing. So this is my thing. I'm like the visual piece to this. I'm like, yes, I love this. Thank you.
Wonderful.
I'm like, I don't actually even care what's written on the papers anymore. I just like the visual.
Yeah. I absolutely can't see any of the words anymore. They kind of melted with the oil. I used a lot of, for me, the herbs. I went with cinnamon to attract because abundance. Salt for the things I don't want for protection. So you got some chili powder here for the people who want to try and get spicy with me. Sprinkles, because like more joy, more play, right?
I want to see Chelsea's scrapbooking little pieces of paper. What are you putting stickers on there now?
Oh, but if I had stickers that made me happy, maybe I would. Here, let me just arrange my display randomly in no order whatsoever for you. I taped some of my words together because that made me happy. Um, Here is my. Oh,
Oh, that's beautiful.
oh, that was
Yeah,
almost in a
got
candle. That
it.
would have been terrible.
You covered it, man.
So, yeah, just like taped a bunch of random stuff together, and I'm very happy with my collection here.
Cowabunga, dude.
You used your word.
I mean, I felt like I had to. Why else would it be here? So
That didn't mean anything.
maybe I'd have to Google it. Um, so yeah, this is something again that you can like revisit whenever you want to. Honestly, you can do it again even like within the next couple days if you really want to live it up like Chelsea with all her tape and her colors and things. And by all means, go get some stickers if you want to. This is really just like a way to invite more pleasure, more fun, more joy into your life, um, to spare you from that overwhelm. Um, and how is the brick?
It's sitting on the side of my house right now with flowers in it. There is no more brick right now.
I love it. How's your head feel now?
Good, light.
Light.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd love for you to try this again at some point within the next few days and see how much it flows now that that literal brick wall is now gone.
Okay, I will do that for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some stickers. I will get creative. I like to be creative.
Yeah. Have fun. And like a lot of times it's like like I know for myself, I felt like for a lot of like the early part of my business, I was like I felt like a little girl like looking for somebody to hold my hand. Um and I found Chelsea. So
Yeah.
she definitely helped me through that. But like now it's like I'm flexing those adult muscles, um, which is exactly where I need to be. But like we have to remember that like the play is like 1,000% necessary. It is one of the most important things when it comes to your life and your business. Because otherwise it will lead to you like getting overstimulated, overwhelmed, getting stressed. Like it can put us in a lot of pressure, and the play relieves that pressure. It allows us to get back into the flow of like where we want to be. And so when it comes to manifesting, um, so many people think it's all about what you think, right? If you just think like happy thoughts, or if you just think all the right things, or like if you just dismiss all the other thoughts that you don't want to look at, like that's only like one piece of it. The real key is to like feel it in your body, is to really allow yourself to experience all the things that you want right now, not 10 years from now, but like whatever it is that you think that money is going to give you, find a way to bring that into your life today. And that's what's going to make things shift more rapidly than ever. That is what's really going to magnetize your desires to you because you're becoming the person who already has it. All right. So, any questions? I love that she's still like living her best life with this.
Mind me.
Not at all. And for any of you who are doing this with the replay, any questions you have, anything you want to like talk about, if you need any assistance with anything that comes up for you with this, just plug it in Telegram. You can voice note or write it out. And also like feel free to introduce yourselves about like what it is that you do, why you decided to join me in this crazy practice, and like what it is that you're looking to really gain out of these 5 days. And then we will have our next Zoom on Saturday, the 25th, also at 8 p.m. And with that, like once you are really clear on what it is that you want, um, we will have a really amazing guided like meditation to help you visualize that. And I'm really excited for this. And so that is it, unless you guys have questions.
Any homework from now until Saturday?
Um, really get clear on those desires. Like really write it out and like crunch the numbers so you know exactly what it is. So like, and I know you're not like a big finance person, but like still look at like what it is that these dream things are going to cost so you can attract like the exact number. Um, because your soul wants it. Your soul wants the money in your account and your soul wants all the things that you're dreaming of. And like those desires absolutely want you to. It's just a matter of like getting out of your own way so you can have it. Like abundance and overflow are our natural state. They're our birthright. And so when we have these like limitations and stories and whatever it is that pops up along the way, and we feel that like the pressure, the overwhelm, the whatever, like that's not our natural state. That's not what we're here to feel. And so when we let ourselves like have the play and get into our natural state, it allows us to get into the flow of what it is that we do want.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
Wanna watch
So-
the alignment?
Hmm?
Are you gonna watch the alignment?
The
Suppose,
planets,
supposedly you can see it.
um, I feel like I've already been seeing them, like the ones that look like extra bright stars. I'm like, oh, those are planets. Um, but I don't usually like watch the planetary alignment things. I just watch for how we can benefit from them, how we can tap into that energy and really like play. Yeah, because all like nothing is happening to you, it's all happening for you for us to get where we want to be. So I'm all about like feeling into like that rather than like watching it happen, you know?
Thank you, thank you. I was still gonna go
You're welcome.
watch.
Absolutely. Whatever sets your soul on fire.
Thank you for this.
You're welcome.
Truly appreciate you.
Yeah. And I will see you in Telegram.
Bye.